beautiful Saturday in Philly. We are going to Walmart to shop for a meal prep.
So the concept of this video is something we've been wanting to do for a long time. It's been on the back burner.
It has, but it's about time we do it.
Execute.
Yeah.
So we're going to try shopping for the highest quality foods for the lowest dollar amount.
That's why we are starting at Walmart.
Walmart. General strategy going in. My thinking on doing high quality keto on a budget is definitely grass-fed ground beef, probably chicken thighs or whatever they have on sale that's like free-range organic.
Same with the eggs, organic, free range.
And butter.
And bacon.
I have an outline of what I want to make for meal prep, but you got to see what they got. You got to be adjustable to this weekly sales.
If you're meal prepping, don't be stuck on something. You don't have to go to 4 or 5 groceries. Just, do a quick adjustment.
So we have the $5 a day keto on a budget. That's like bottom of the barrel, like cheapest stuff you can get.
Right.
What we're going for here is like the next logical progression. Is like you're trying to do a little better quality-wise, but still stay pretty cheap.
Yep.
And this is kind of like the neighborhood we are usually in.
Yeah.
Not this neighborhood of Philadelphia, but
like the
definitely not. But this neighborhood of like prices to quality.
Exactly. We're always trying to look for better, but like still keep it our budget, under wraps. We're not made of money, guys. So this is my favorite flavor. Obviously. I am brown sugar cinnamon. But what are they doing lately? This is just not appropriate.
Comes the teapot. Now water can flow or creep or drip or crash. Be water, my friend.
After a couple audibles, we think we've got everything we need for our Walmart meal prep. We're slightly, maybe more than slightly disappointed in the quality, but it's kind of what I expected. I think Matt had higher hopes, I had lower hopes, and we kind of hit where I thought we were gonna be. All right, we're gonna meet you back at the house.
A little disappointed with the offerings.
Unfortunately so.
So the biggest drawback in my mind was we wanted to get cauliflower and blend it up to make rice cauliflower. When you get like frozen stuff like this, it's all watery.
Yeah.
Which sucks, but...
And it's not even cauliflower. They had
broccoli.
just 0 vegetables. It's Saturday morning, guys.
It's so weird that they had no vegetables.
You need to be in stock. Like, people are shopping right now.
We were in the store for like 20 minutes too. We circled back around, they still didn't have anything. So we got this frozen broccoli.
We did find a good deal on grass-fed
$4.
ground beef.
80-20. 80-20 is what you want. It's the highest fat percentage you're likely to find in stores. And $4 for a pound of grass-fed meat. That's the cheapest you're going to find grass-fed meat, basically ever. And then we wanted to get chicken thighs, but chicken drumsticks just as good in my mind.
We actually don't do chicken drumsticks, and they're fun to eat. Just pick and bite.
Yeah. So we got 3 containers, which is about 4.5, almost 5 pounds worth of chicken drumsticks. We probably won't need all of those. We're shooting for around 1,600 calories for 5 days for one person.
Got some good eggs.
Free-range eggs. This is a pretty trustworthy brand. Nellie's.
Kerrygold butter. They always have this, which is good. They have salted and unsalted. We go for unsalted.
What we were kind of going for is a really healthy as much grass-fed, as much good stuff, free-range as possible. So basically all the fat sources in this meal prep is grass-fed. You got your butter, chicken skin,
ground beef, sausage,
which is really good, and the eggs.
Eggs.
As far as Walmart goes, these are like showing you a lot of good options that you can get to eat pretty cheap and also really healthy.
So we're making like a snack box, which is, I love that idea.
Yeah.
I'm big on snacking, so the idea of just like a nice bento style box of snacks.
You can either have it for lunch or just throughout the day. So this is the one thing I would have liked to have been able to find grass-fed, but they had 0 grass-fed cheese at Walmart.
Yeah.
So that's an upgrade you can make if you can find it. This is just normal cheese.
Onion.
For the chili. You got a couple jalapenos for the chili?
We got some cherry tomatoes also for the chili, maybe a snack.
These are going to be doing double duty. They're going in the chili and for the snack boxes.
And they're nice little plump cherry tomatoes. I usually get the big ones, so this is a good find. I like the little ones.
If you were a tomato, you'd be those cherry tomatoes.
Oh, you'd be a pork sausage.
And then we got these, which we love because they don't go bad as fast.
Yeah. Well, Matt complains about a little browning. I'll just eat whatever.
And the ingredients are pretty solid too. It's not adding a bunch of crazy stuff. It's avocado vinegar, jalapeno pepper, onion, salt, garlic.
They're delicious. And then finally, we got walnuts. Also a part of the snack box.
Choose whichever kind of nuts you want. We found walnuts at a pretty good price, so we went with those. Almonds are always going to be available.
Yes, and a good option as well.
Peanuts, macadamia nuts is what I really would have liked to get, but they didn't have any.
Nope.
We also got this, just maybe to add to the snack box, maybe not. We're not sure yet.
Maybe to just eat.
Maybe to just eat.
This is our Walmart haul.
Yeah.
Total for all of this, $68, which isn't bad.
Very good,
for
actually.
a 5-day, full days of eating at 1,600 calories.
We also have some excess here. So the actual food that's going to go into the prep is probably like $55 worth.
Yep.
And we did the $50 budget prep.
Yep.
With no grass-fed anything except for butter, and it was $50.
Yeah. So Walmart is a good option.
Great option. We're going to do the prep tomorrow.
Uh-huh.
We'll be back. All right, so it's the next morning, and it's time to start meal prepping. Wake up bright and early on a Sunday. Get after it. So we're going to start with the chicken legs. That is the item. It doesn't take the longest. The chili actually takes a little longer, but we're going to use some of the drippings from the chicken and add it into the chili, so we want to get these started right away. These sausages we got, we're actually going to leave these out of the meal prep. They just didn't really fit into the macros we were looking for, so we made some different adjustments. The meal prep that we are going to show you on this video is for 1,800 calories, and this is a 5-day meal prep. So for 5 days, you'll have 1,800 calories, 69% fat, 26% protein, and 5% carbs. If you go to the blog post that's linked below this video, you can download a meal plan and you can adjust the calories up and down. It'll show you how to make adjustments that suit your needs. So like if you're looking for less calories, it might tell you take out 2 drumsticks, something like that. Linked below. So first thing we're going to do, we have 10 chicken drumsticks here. These are really looking beautiful too. So we rinsed them off, we patted them dry, and we have this seasoning mixture. It's oregano, paprika, garlic powder, onion powder, pepper, and salt. Pretty basic. We're just going to coat the chicken drumsticks with the seasoning mixture and then throw them in the oven for 45 minutes at 400 degrees. So let's coat these and bake them. Okay, there you have it. We are going to throw this in the oven at 400 degrees. We're going to start checking on it at about 40 minutes. So the reason we're baking it on this oven rack like this is so we can get some of the drippings and throw those in with the chili. That's going to get the fat content of this meal prep where we want it. So we're going to try taking 2 tablespoons of fat from the pan when these start rendering down, and then we'll throw that in with the chili, which is what we're going to start on next.
Once you have your chicken in the oven, you can get started on your chili. Here we have 1/4 of an onion, some cherry tomatoes, some jalapeno peppers, and some minced up garlic. When it comes to the jalapeno peppers, we used 2 plus the seeds, which is going to be really spicy, but you can dial that down or even up if you want. For the seasoning, we have chili powder, salt, oregano, cumin, and black pepper. So we have our pan heating to medium heat right now, and we are going to add our ground beef. Chili is definitely one of our favorite meal preps to go to. It's really easy because you just throw everything in a pot, let it sit for a couple hours, and it's done. And everything we put in this chili, along with the rest of the meal prep, will be linked below. Once you've broken up the meat, as you can see, and it starts to cook down, you can add in your seasoning. Now that the beef is just about fully cooked, we're gonna add our onions, tomatoes, jalapenos, and garlic right to the pan. Everything's whole right now, but as you cook this down, all the ingredients will just completely combine and they'll become really like soggy. Soggy is not a good word, but you won't be able to see the whole ingredients. Now we're gonna add 2 cups of beef broth. You can add chicken, you can add vegetable, whatever you have at home. We didn't get this in the grocery haul because we did have some in our fridge ready to go. But this is something we like to always have in our pantry because we're always cooking something like chili. You can add it to soups, whatever you want. If you don't have any broth at home, that's totally fine. You can just add water because it will cook down. So once we give it one more stir, just put the lid on and let it cook. And the last thing that's on the menu that needs to be prepped beforehand is the hard-boiled eggs. So we're gonna get those going. For your hard-boiled eggs, you're gonna wanna put your eggs directly into an empty pot so they're all laying flat. This is the way we like to do it to get the best hard-boiled eggs, but we know there are a lot of different methods. So once you get your eggs into the pot, we're gonna fill it with water, submerging the eggs entirely. Once the water is just submerging the eggs, we are going to put it on the stovetop and bring the water to a boil. Once the water starts to boil, we'll turn the heat off, put a lid on for exactly 15 minutes, and then we'll toss them into an ice bath. We'll see you back then.
All right, guys, the drumsticks are done. And look how incredible these look. Nice and crisp skin, but you can still tell that they're gonna be super moist inside. And these took 50 minutes. Since we had 10 of them in there, it took a little longer than I thought, but if you're just doing like 5 or something, it might take closer to 40 minutes. We did not get much drippings off of the chicken though, actually, which I'm a bit surprised about. We probably have 1 tablespoon here. This is my all-time favorite meal prep meal, chili. It's just so easy. If you're using 80-20 ground beef and you add a little bit of fat, it basically has perfect keto macros. You get some veggie servings in there, which is nice too. So I'm gonna deglaze this pan with a little of the beef stock just to get all this flavor. You don't wanna let the flavor go to waste. And just like scrape it up a little. This is optional. If you're afraid of flavor, you don't need to do this. So this is about a tablespoon of chicken fat. We're just gonna get this in the chili. To get the macros on point for this meal prep, what we have calculated, you need 2 additional tablespoons of fat in this chili. We got 1 from the chicken drumsticks. We're gonna add 1 additional. We have this bacon grease that we save when we cook bacon in the oven, so we're gonna add 1 tablespoon of this. If you don't get any fat off of the chicken drumsticks, just add 2 tablespoons of any kind of fat you like. Coconut oil, ghee, butter, really anything. Now it's just a waiting game. We are going to let this cook down for about another half hour. I think it will be fully reduced at that point. Basically, everything's cooked already. You're just waiting for the liquid to reduce down. That really concentrates the flavor, and it's just better for reheating the next day. So I'm gonna leave the lid off, and this will reduce down. And when there's no liquid left in the pan, that's when we pull it off and it's good to go. Hard-boiled eggs will be done in 5 minutes. We're gonna put those in an ice bath, and then we're gonna peel them, and we'll get back here and assemble everything so you have it ready for the week. It's gonna be awesome.
Our prep is complete, and it's a beautiful sight. This took about an hour and a half, so not long at all. Sets you up for 5 days of perfect macros. You don't have to use these trendy containers we have here. We usually like to just store everything in bulk and take it out as we eat it. But I'm going to show you how to store it in case that's easier for you if you're on the go, if you're working. So when it comes to your chili, you have this whole batch right here. We are just going to split it into 5 evenly. We've created like a 3-meal prep. So 2 full meals and then 1 snack box, which I love personally. The snack box is going to be my favorite. I might even split that up throughout the day depending on how hungry I am in the morning versus later on in the evening. The snack box is also ideal for taking to work. Take about 1/5. That looks good. That's a lot of chili right there. It's about 6 ounces of raw ground beef. And then with your chili, you get to eat one of these holy guacamoles. These are really, really good. There's 2 ounces in here. It's the perfect serving size. That'll be a 1 meal. And then the next meal will be our chicken drumsticks. So you get to have 2 per day, depending on your macros. And remember, what we are showing you right now is for the 1800 calorie meal prep. So if you're going to eat less than that, you're going to want to scale all this food down, and we will show you in the blog post linked right below. Along with your 2 drumsticks, you're going to have 2 cups of broccoli. It's about 1.5 tablespoons of butter. Sounds like a lot, but it's exactly what you need for your fat macros. And this is your second meal of the day. So if you like what you see so far, we have something exactly like this times 10. We have our keto meal prep for weight loss course. We've linked it below for you. Definitely give that a look. We've already had 2 enrollment periods, which is hundreds of people test out all the meal preps. So many people have broken through plateaus, lost weight, and it's definitely great for a beginner. So if you don't know what to eat, if you have trouble calculating your macros, or you just want to stay like successful every single day, the meal prep course is definitely for you. So moving on to the final meal of this prep, we are going to use this to make our little snack box. We will be eating 12 eggs over the course of the 5 days, so you can split them up evenly, however you see fit, or just eat 3 one day and 2 another. So we're gonna put 2.5 in this box. You also get 1 ounce of walnuts, 1 ounce of cheese, and a nice handful, my favorite, of cherry tomatoes, along with some Duke sausage. So this is our big find at Walmart, which makes this haul one of my favorites. And then 2 of these sausages. That is your snack box. And like I said, you can eat this any way you want, all in one sitting throughout the day. Gauge your own hunger. So these are the 3 meals you're looking at for your 5-day Walmart grocery haul prep. If you're just starting a ketogenic diet, this is definitely a great prep to start with. It gives you a lot of variety, and it also allows you to put veggies into each of your meals, which is something we like to do throughout the day. A big benefit to this meal prep is that all of the fat sources are grass-fed, and we do it on a really, really good budget. We spend about $68 total, and you still have a little excess food. So this was probably under $60 of an entire prep for the week. So thanks for tuning in and watching us prep. We hope you enjoyed this. If you are interested in something like this, but in more of a bulk, check out our meal prep we have linked below. Also, definitely check out the blog post if you're gonna scale your calories up or down, and for any cooking tips and cooking instructions. We'll have everything listed for you. We'll see you soon.